Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew Arche. I graduated from U of M in 2021. I double majored in psychology and cognitive science. I was on the decision track, and I also minored in history. Currently, I am a Master of Social Work student here at the University of Michigan School of Social Work. It's my last semester, so I'll be graduating in about 3 months. So, really looking forward to that. And yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how my CogSci degree has helped me get to where I'm at today in my professional clinical experiences. So looking forward to that. And yeah, I'll get started with the first question.
How has your degree in cognitive science from the University of Michigan shaped your career and professional choices thus far?
So my CogSci degree has really helped shape my career and the professional choices that I made so far because of the interdisciplinary nature of the study. What I mean by that is I really learned the value of gaining knowledge from a variety of different fields of study and taking those classes in undergrad. So, for instance, I took a lot of classes in psychology, it was my major, but I was also fortunate to take classes in philosophy and neuroscience and linguistics. The foundations of human behavior are rooted in these complex connections between a person's body, mind, and brain. And it's really important that multiple perspectives are considered when discussing a person's health. My CogSci degree helped me be open to the idea of working on an interprofessional team after graduation, and I was able to do just that. So from May 2021 to June 2022, I worked as a psychiatric care specialist or a mental health technician at Havenwick Hospital. So in this role, I was able to work on an interprofessional team that included psychiatrists, physicians, nurses, social workers, recreational therapists, dietitians, psychologists. So, a lot of different types of health professionals. It was a really unique experience getting to integrate such diverse perspectives into one clinical setting and being able to deliver biopsychosocial care for our patients in the inpatient hospitalization program. And even now in my clinical social work, I am doing individual therapy and case management services with about 19 clients at my field placement. And even now, I still get to interact with the nurses and the psychiatrists, other social workers, as it relates to coordinating their care. So CogSci really helped me develop that foundation and that inspiration to work on interdisciplinary teams.
Can you share any specific skills or knowledge you acquired during your time studying cognitive science that has been particularly helpful in your current profession?
My CogSci degree in particular helps me gain a better understanding of the bio aspect of a person's overall health as it relates to this biopsychosocial model of health. I've taken classes in areas such as human neuropsychology, cognitive psychology, decision processes, and it helps me create a foundation of the brain structures and what happens to brain functions when certain parts of the brain are damaged, whether it's by natural or traumatic events. This has been particularly useful in my clinical social work because I can incorporate the biological aspects of a person's health to assess for potential risk and protective factors. So, when I conduct integrated biopsychosocial assessments at my internship, where I'm seeing 19 clients, I document a person's physical health history and I can use that in my clinical impressions and my diagnostic summaries to discuss how any types of physical trauma or family history of mental health disorders can contribute to the client's presenting problem or presenting problems.
How did the interdisciplinary nature of cognitive science at the University of Michigan influence your understanding and perspective on various issues in your field of work?
Yeah, so as discussed before, the interdisciplinary nature of cognitive science helped me gain multiple perspectives to complex issues. It kept me open to the ideas as of how or why things happen in the way that they do. Although I'm not using everything that I've learned in my classes in undergrad, it was more of the ideas and the principles of interdisciplinary work that really caught my attention, the things that I really wanted to do. Especially in healthcare, it's super important that healthcare professionals from different backgrounds can come together and work collaboratively on a singular team together. A person's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, they don't function in silos. And in fact, they happen to a person all at the same time. And so I can't imagine myself doing any other type of work where I'm, doing this either independently or without any type of interprofessional support. I'm also a huge advocate in the belief that my clients are the experts of their own lives, and thus have a unique role to play in their treatment. The client or the patient that you're working with is often an unsung or underappreciated part of every treatment team. This is where we can collect some of our best information from. If a clinician gathers information from their client or patient in a way that respects their dignity and autonomy, chances are they'll have a much better treatment progression than if we, as the healthcare professionals, were to just, sort of prescribe to them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's super important that we learn what beliefs and values are important to that person and how we can incorporate that into the treatment to optimize health outcomes.
Are there any experiences, such as research opportunities, internships, or extracurricular activities, during your time at the University of Michigan that you believe have significantly contributed to your success after graduation?
So there were a few experiences that I'm really grateful for that I had during my time as an undergrad here at U of M. So the first thing is taking Project Outreach or Psych 211. This is a class that I'm actually a GSI for. This is where I was really able to cement my passion for working with people in my communities and making a difference firsthand instead of just, reading about it in a textbook or something. I was able to volunteer at Habitat for Humanity of Huron Valley for the whole academic year, and I had the privilege of working directly with both the Habitat homeowners and the Habitat staff members. I was able to practice my interviewing and listening skills, and then I was able to use those interviews that I conducted to create write ups of the Habitat homeowners' journeys through homeownership, which was a super amazing opportunity to be able to hear those stories. I also think that participating in Europe or the undergraduate research opportunity program and then the second year continuation research scholars played an important role in helping me get to where I am at as well. The research that I completed was super helpful in allowing me to understand a little bit better two different types of populations. So, both the aging population and the adult caregivers who care for the aging population. This gave me a perspective on an issue that is expected to become much more prevalent in the decades to come as more and more people start to get older. And being able to think about, sort of the current infrastructure of what elder care looks like and the directions that, those things may go through.
Having walked the path from being a student to a professional, what advice would you give to current cognitive science students at the University of Michigan to best prepare for the future?
My current advice for CogSci students right now is to really make the connections with people, both within your field of study, and then to be able to branch out and network with people elsewhere. Particularly with healthcare, I've found that having a network of interprofessional individuals, so people that are in medicine, nursing, social work, um, has been really helpful with my own social work practice. If there's something that you're ever curious about, send that person an email. I'm a really huge fan of informational interviews. I feel that they are often underutilized, and they can serve as a way for you to, one, gather more information about, some of the things that you may or may not want to do with your career, but then also develop new relationships with people in the communities that, you eventually want to be involved with. You never know where those connections can take you. You never know what you can learn along the way. So I really recommend just going out there and networking and really putting yourself first, and to introduce yourself to people, and to just figure out, together where you want to go. I just want to say thanks so much for tuning in to my story and just kind of hearing how CogSci has helped shape my professional career up to this point. I'd love to continue the conversation. If you have any questions or concerns, I can be reached at aarche@umich.edu if you have any questions. Thanks so much again for listening.